Morning all, welcome to the first ever Wheelie Good TV ride out. I can't believe how many people have turned up. I'm very overwhelmed, very humbled. If you couldn't make it here today, well, you can still hop on board the back of my bike and enjoy the spin. We'll see you after the sting. We're off. We're leaving the Lakeside Manor Hotel car park, and this, as I said in the intro, this is the first ever Wheelie Good TV ride out. Now, as you can see by the weather, the weather gods have really looked after us. I don't want to jinx it, because we've another 6 hours of riding ahead of us. But look at the bikes in front of us. I can see bikes behind me. I'm reckoning there's possibly 40 riders. I was expecting 10 to 15. So this is just brilliant. We're going to try and stay together. The route is split into 3 stages. We're going to try and stay together as much as we can anyway. We're going to regroup for a petrol stop just outside of Black Rock, County Louth. We're leaving Virginia at the minute, so it's about an hour and a half. It's really sentimental stuff this for me, because these roads here are where I spend a lot of my time making videos when I'm just doing the sort of general ride out sort of stuff. Not the test ride type of stuff, certainly not the tours, you know, but when I'm just doing a spin around the doors, these are the roads I take, and I specifically chose these roads for that reason. I'm just wondering how many riders recognise these roads from watching the channel over the last 3 years. So these roads will never feel the same to me actually after this. It was really nice meeting everybody in the car park, and people again who followed the channels like from the beginning, you know, and names absolutely are recognised, but obviously not faces. But it's a funny thing, isn't it, when people know your face because of the YouTube thing, and obviously I've never met theirs, but I do know the names. And normally it's the other way around for me. Normally I'm great with faces and terrible with names, but thank God I was able to identify a lot of people there this morning, which was great. So we're just approaching my hometown of Baileyborough, and then there's some marvellous roads leading out of Baileyborough down to King's Court. I really hope people enjoy the route. There's a bit of everything. So with a lot of twisties, which you're going to see within the next stage of the video. There's some incredible scenery this afternoon. I'll put my scenery down, put my visor down. You might be able to hear me better. So the scenery up in the Mourne Mountains this afternoon. Well, even before we get there, Carlingford Loch as well. So it's been well thought out, this route. It certainly wasn't just a case of looking at a map and picking a route. And quite a lot goes into this. Obviously, it's the first time I've done it. And I have to say I've thoroughly enjoyed doing it. I've also ridden the route a couple of times just to make sure the roads are good and suitable and the scenery is there for the taking. And it is. I just hope everybody else thinks that. It's quite nerve-wracking when you've this many people sort of turning up to an event that you've organised, you know. Anyway, I shall take it in my stride. They're here now. There's nothing else I can do about it. It's great that I'm able to hang at the back here for the first stage, just to see how people are riding as well, you know. Not a lot of people would have ridden in a ride-out group, especially as big as this, so I'm fully aware of that. And I just did a bit of a talk there before we all left, and explained for anybody not feeling comfortable, you know, just to pull in, and there's an emergency or a support vehicle rather following us, so they can pull in and ring the number of that vehicle, which everybody has as well. So we're carrying extra fuel on board if anybody runs out of fuel, water, fruit, all that sort of stuff, puncture repair kits, tyre inflators, you know yourself. I'm steaming up here. So this is my hometown. I'm not so sure Baileyborough would have ever seen as many motorbikes riding through it. It's a pretty special thing for me, this. Now this is good. I explained about riding 2x2 where we could on the wider roads, but keeping it staggered, and it looks like everybody listened. Woohoo! That's really good news. I don't mind admitting, okay, that I was so nervous this morning. I was awake at 4 o'clock, terrified in case like 2 people turned up, terrified in case it was going to be torrential rain, terrified in case I got the day wrong, and then just terrified in general. But I knew as soon as I got there and met everyone and said a few words and whatever, you know, we're all here for the same reason. We love our bikes, and that's basically what it comes down to. We love riding good roads on days like this, and we're all in love with our own bikes, and you know, when you have that in common, well, that's the start of a great relationship, if you ask me. Riding through the town of King's Court. Again, this is featured so many times on my videos. Now we've got some special roads ahead for us. We really have. This is great. The lads are doing the traffic perfectly for me. The good thing, of course, about leaving at this time in the morning is that there's not too much traffic on the road. But we're heading towards a town called RD, where I've just been informed there's another biker run out. So that'll cause absolute chaos if we descend on the town at the same time. I'm very conscious that there's so many people made so much effort to be here and put their plans aside to turn up for the day. And I'm so grateful for that. The least I can do is make a bit of time for everybody, but I just hope we do get the time to do that. We've got a 1-hour lunch break planned, so that'll be the time, I think, to meet everybody. I went round as many people as I could there. Now the tricky roads lie ahead. Beautiful and scenic, but very twisty, and I'm just hoping Martin, the group leader at the front there, I'm just hoping he knows which road I'm meant to take, because it's just around here to the left. It's up here at the left. There should be some indicators going on now. And there is, thank God, he knew exactly what road I meant. This one's a tricky junction, but it's great. Look at that, 2 outriders minding us. That's one of those silent dips. Now, obviously I knew about it. I didn't catch anybody else out, obviously, but that's good news. I've just thought the roar of the all the bikes here, if anybody was planning to have a lie-in in this gorgeous, peaceful countryside, forget about it. It's a spectacle to behold anyway, so this is just wonderful, folks. I'm very much in my happy place. So I've just been speaking on the intercom with my wife, who's driving the support vehicle behind us all, and she very, very cleverly did a head count as everybody was leaving at the car park, and we have 60 riders out with us today. What a turnout, folks. I'm honestly thrilled with that. So no need to have those dreams at all. Just checking my 360 camera's not sticking out too far. No, we're all good. I've got it clamped on the back of this bike just to look over my shoulder. I'll try and show you a shot now, just as a bit of a different perspective to what I normally do. I've got the luxury, of course, of taking other people's footage. Well, Martin, who's leading the way, he's got a card in his camera for me as well, and he's out front. But obviously there's no point in me being out front because I'd only be filming the open road and it would look like any of my other videos, which is why I'm at the back. That's Damien, who's leapfrogging there. Damien was the organiser of the Jigsaw charity event we did back in the summer, so he's well versed to riding out in a group like this, and indeed he was just minding the traffic at the junction there, so it's really good. He loves a job to do. He's a natural organiser, that lad, so I knew he'd be one of the right lads to ask. So we're just coming into Black Rock now. The reason I wanted to bring the route through here, and again I wonder how many people notice this, I didn't want to sort of spell everything out totally obvious for everybody. I mean, by your very nature, if you're a motorcyclist, you're observant. But one of my favourite sculptures that I've covered in my sculpture series is here in Black Rock. It's the Cockle Pickers, and it's outside the hotel up here. The sculpture is on the right. I have made a video about this, so if you're wondering what on earth it's about, go and watch the video. I won't bore you with it on this one. It's here on the right hand side. It's an amazing story behind this. And there it is there. I'm just pointing it out to my wife and kids who are in the support vehicle behind me. And right over there, folks, that's where we're heading this afternoon. Can you see that in the distance? There you have the Mourne Mountains. And that's this afternoon's playground. What about that for a trip out? Oh God, I'm giddy. There's a few riders come down from Northern Ireland, so they know this playground. Well, sure, this is like their backyard if you're from Northern Ireland. But they've still come down to join the spin and ride the route. They'll be leaving us this afternoon, obviously, when we depart from here. They'll stay up here. But it's so good of them, you know. It's so good of everybody to put this time aside, and it's just amazing. I spoke to this garage the other day and I said, expect about 20 riders maximum. There's 60. So I hope we don't all need petrol, because we're obviously going to take over the forecourt. I think some of us will need coffee and the loo more than petrol at the minute, which is good. But we're all good. We're all here anyway. This was the biggest part of my worrying about the route, was to get us to this stage and keep us together as one group. I was considering, I think I might have mentioned it, splitting us into two groups, but this is fantastic that we're all still together as the one group. And there's the Africa Twin. Isn't that gorgeous? It's beautiful. Now, there is a queue all right for petrol. I'm not going to bother. I think I can get to Kilkeel and I'll fill up there. So I shall just pull in and look at this for a sight to behold. This is something else, isn't it? Something special. I might get in there next to Trev. So Trev is the first ever subscriber. Here he is, and you'll be seeing him soon on my autumn series, because we rode around the Northern Ireland coastline together, and that series is coming very soon to you. So stay tuned. Right, this is amazing. Part 1 completed. We've just had the little briefing about stage 2. I'm leading the way now, so I'll just get ahead of everybody. I'll just make sure everybody's happy enough. And I've got Martin as an outrider here coming to stop the traffic. Okay, I think we're fairly good to go. And off we go. $63 now. We just met another 3, which is nice. And keep a nice steady pace. Just make sure everybody gets out on time. That was a great fuel stop. Shame they only had one toilet. One toilet for 60 bikers. Never enough, really, is it? I'm pleased he's going the other way. You'll see exactly where we're headed for this afternoon. Look at that for a vista. Oh man. If that doesn't make you happy on a bike, nothing will. So a couple of kilometres up the road here we come into the village. Actually, it's just ahead of us, less than a couple of kilometres. And we'll drop down onto the pier to get the photograph done. Beautiful part of the world, this. Right on the border with Northern Ireland. And it's a mecca for hen parties and stag do's. It's a great place to come for that sort of crack. What a day. Okay, so we're going to be dropping right down onto the pier very soon. It's not this one, but there are a lot of cops around because there's traditionally a lot of bikers, especially on a Sunday, and you can see why. What a place to ride out. I'm just looking at the string of bikers behind me still. Now it's a bit of a sharp turn to the right here, and already it looks busy ahead with traffic. So we'll hopefully be able to get the whole gang together on the pier down here. Might be a good place to change my camera batteries as well. Lift the visor up. I'm just going to drop left into the pier here. Hopefully it's not too busy. I wonder if he's come along to join us, possibly. Right, so I'll turn around so we're facing the camera. And I know we shouldn't be blocking the slipway, but literally blocking the slipway for 3 minutes to get the photograph done. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to pull rank and organise everybody for the photograph here. So bear with me. Okay, I think we're all good. Looks like we're all on board. 23 minutes. Oh, yeah. Is that the stop for lunch then? No, 23 minutes to pick up a rider, and then another 20 minutes beyond there, so 45 minutes. Yeah. Will you make it? 45 minutes. I'll take a bite out of your arm. Do you want some fruit? No, I'll wait. The Land Rover up there, Patrick, has fruit in it. No, I'll wait. I'd rather wait and enjoy the bit of lunch. 45 minutes. Yeah, let's do that. No, he's been feeding me biscuits all morning. Alright. A couple of the lads getting hungry there already. I really was. I was planning to stop down on the little pier you can see over there where the fishing trawler is, but there's no way we would have fit all the bikes down there. So I really can't wait to see the group photograph there. Memories for life. Well, for me it is anyway. As I said to the group just at the petrol station on our last fuel stop there, so this is a captive audience. So when I used to play gigs with the band, we never got audience as big as this. It's a shame I didn't bring the guitar. There'd be no getting away. We're bang on time. We're going around the top of the water here to Newry, dropping down the other side, and then we're heading straight for our lunch break in Kilkeel. And judging by the reactions of some of the lads there, lunch will be very welcome. What a day, folks. Look at the scenery here, man. I've only been up here 2 or 3 times on a bike, and every time I come up I keep thinking, yeah, this is a bit special, I'll get back up here. So it's really, I couldn't have picked a better route so far, and this afternoon has even more delights in store. And we should be able to see the seaside now. There it is. Loads of people out in boats. Oh, it looks like there's a race on. They're in rowing boats. Now, I'm fully expecting the roads ahead of us. We're on the Mourne coastal route now, and I'm fully expecting it's just going to be crazy ahead of us. And that's the reason I've chose Kilkeel, a fuel station in Kilkeel, to have a spot of lunch for all of us, because I'd love to have gone to Newcastle. Now, Newcastle is a different Newcastle to where I'm from, obviously, but it still would have been a good place to stop. But it is... it's like a mecca for bikers on a Sunday, so there's no way we would have got parked up together. And I just thought it was safer to keep everybody together and stop outside. So another few minutes and we'll be pulling into the filling station for lunch. We have rang ahead and told them there's 60 bikers. Well, my wife very kindly rang ahead. I really can't wait to get up into them mountains this afternoon. But in many ways, even though it's going to be beautiful and scenic, we won't be able to ride too quick around there. It's just a bit of a jaunt, really. We're bang on time. We told the lunch stop that we would be there for 1, and it's 2 minutes past 1. Sure, that's grand. Let's see if I remember where it is. I'm at the front of the queue. Maybe that's why I wanted to lead this stage of it. Sorry, Martin, I'll get you a sandwich. Brilliant. So I'll fill my bike up first, and I'll fill myself up. Right, back in a mo.
Yeah, it's great. Great crowd and great turnout and some lovely roads. Pity about the traffic, but it is what it is.
We're managing, aren't we?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And what bike are you on today?
1250 RT.
Great day, absolutely great day.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What bike are you on today, Justin?
I'm on this VFR 800X. It's a cross runner, it's called.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And how far have you travelled today?
I travelled from Airll in County Wicklow.
Brilliant.
So it was a long spin up this morning, but it's worth every second.
Glad to hear it. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming.
Welcome.
Hi, darling. What's your name?
Sharon Wilson.
Nice to meet you, Sharon. Are you having a fun day today?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Enjoying yourself, yeah?
Yeah.
What bike are you riding?
I'm not riding, I'm pillion with my husband
Even
here.
better. And your name, sir?
Hello, Sam Wilson.
Nice to meet you guys. And you're enjoying yourselves today, yeah?
Brilliant day, brilliant ride.
Oh, it's been great. Absolutely wonderful.
Brilliant. And what bike are you riding today, Trevor?
GS Adventure.
Beautiful.
Lovely one here.
That's amazing. And where have you travelled from, Trevor?
East Kilbride near Glasgow.
Wow, so that's a bit of a trek for you over the water.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. And you think it was worth it, Trevor? How's the day going?
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth it. So, I mean, I'm just waiting for Dave to tip me before I leave.
How's it going, sir? What's your name?
Simon.
Simon, lovely to meet you, Simon.
Yeah.
You having a fun day today?
Yeah, amazing day, absolutely amazing. The scenery over here, unbelievable. You know, like I was saying earlier, if your eyes could record what you've seen, you'd have memories for life.
All right, that's lunch over. That was a really good stop. Except that when we went in there, the lad behind the deli counter, he said, oh, we've run out of bread. I said, what? He said, you didn't tell me 60 people were coming. Fortunately, only 25 people ordered sandwiches, which is great. But he had wraps and everything else, so all was good. Everybody seems happy enough with lunch. Now we're heading up into the Mourne Mountains now. That was just lovely to get to talk to people again. People recounting videos which meant something to them from like 2 years ago.
Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight.
That's Glenn, one of the subscribers who very kindly offered to do the photographs of us coming into that junction. Actually, it was Glenn I first contacted about coming up here for the route. He lives up here, and I first rode around here with him many moons ago. And actually, on that note, I still owe him a lunch. I probably owe him 2 now for helping me set all this up. In fact, after today, I think I owe a lot of people a lot of lunches. What about this for a bit of scenery, huh? One of those great Irishisms, as I call it. Sure, where would you get it? I love that saying. Sure, where would you get it? And there is Spelga Dam. Funny, my ears have just popped. Are we that high up? Oh, we must be, if it's a dam, obviously. The water needs to flow downhill from there. Isn't that gorgeous? Busy wee spot for a Sunday afternoon. However, it'll be a fabulous photograph if we can get some sort of access. Maybe we'll just get the group on the platform there, leave the bikes as they are, and just get the group of riders. I think that'll be good enough.
We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
Thank you, Tony. Oh, look at that, folks. Wow. There's my daughter and my wife. This is something else, isn't it? This is probably the most spectacular segment of road since we left this morning at 9:30. Wow, what a day. What a moment. I'm 53 years old, and you know, doing something totally out of my comfort zone like this just makes me feel like I'm 23 again. This is just unbelievable.
You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
Alright, bud. Good lad. Loving it. It's very comfortable. How's yours? gorgeous looking bike. He's so passionate about that bike. Actually, you might have seen a video. We went to a vintage day last year, Dylan and myself. I think he was on that same bike. He's got a couple of bikes as well. I do like these Lone Rider bags on the GSA in front of me. They're really nice. Okay, I'm just sort of catalogue shopping now, just moving along in between the bikes, seeing what I like, seeing what I fancy, seeing what my next purchase will be. I love those bags though, they're gorgeous, aren't they? I've a penchant for motorcycle luggage, if you hadn't already been able to tell. So we've just done a big loop over the Mourne Mountains, and this is the stretch of water we passed on the way in, on the way up to lunch. So actually this will give a good landmark to the riders as well. And I'm leading the troops for the last time on this ride out. We're just approaching the Lakeside Manor Hotel, where we started 9 hours ago. A lot of hours in the saddle. It was absolutely brilliant day. Thank you so much to all of the riders who could actually attend and come along. It was just wonderful to meet so many of you. It was just amazing. And for those of you who couldn't make it today, I'm definitely sure there'll be a next time. So maybe you can come along on the next one. But really appreciate your support. To everybody who helped the Wheelie Good TV channel hit 10,000 subscribers, over 1.2 million views, and all in 3 years. I am so grateful, folks. It's just been an incredible day out. Thank you so much, very humbled. For the very last time today, Dave Perry, Wheelie Good TV, over and out.
I told you when you got to 10,000 subscribers, I would give you a bottle of single malt.
You did? Oh my god. I don't believe it.
So I brought you a bottle of old Pultney, but it's 12-year old.
Oh jeepers.
Right. Now what I would also say is that should you care to imbibe, and for safety's sake,
yeah,
do not ride.
Yeah. I'll stick to that.
Yeah.
Can I read the message out?
Yeah,
congratulations, Dave, at Wheelie Good TV on 10,000 subs. On 10,000 subs, Trevor. Thanks, mate.
You're welcome.
Very best.
Right.
Yeah.